Thank you, Wendell. Good evening, viewers, and welcome to tonight's regional news. We begin with news from Jamaica. Jamaican woman facing murder charges in the Bahamas appeared in court on Monday. Nadisha Beckford, 33, has been charged in the death of Lakeisha McKay on February 20. Beckford was not required to enter a plea. Her bail was denied and she was remanded to the Bahamas Department of Corrections until June 16. Police say they were called to the scene of a stabbing incident on West Bay Street shortly after 11 p.m., where a woman was stabbed and later detained in a hospital. Preliminary reports reveal that two women got into an argument in a parking lot, resulting in one being stabbed multiple times. And now for some news from Trinidad and Tobago. Member of Parliament for Pontypridd, David Lee, said the motion of no confidence brought against Minister of Energy and Energy Industries Franklin Khan was not a failure. The motion was debated in Parliament on Friday. Lee was one of two opposition Member of Parliament at a media briefing at the office of the Leader of Opposition on Charles Street, Port of Spain on Sunday. He said the government side had been lacking in senior members and as such Khan should resign if he had any self-respect. He said only 3 senior government members spoke to the motion: Finance Minister Colum Imbert, Attorney General Faris Al-Rawi, and National Security Minister Stuart Young. Lee said the opposition can, at any point on a private member state, bring back the motion. Attorney General Faris Al-Rawi said the people of Trinidad and Tobago were sick and tired of wasting time in Parliament in responding to Lee's comments. He added that it was brought in a private member's motion and that motion ends at 6 p.m. under the standing orders. He said he welcomed Lee's views on serious matters for the protection of citizens and that there was room for positive contribution by all members of Parliament on senior matters. And now for some more news. El Salvador's governing party and its ally were set to win a 2/3 majority in the Legislative Assembly, preliminary results suggest. With 80% of votes counted, the New Ideas party and its coalition partner Ghana look on course to win 56 out of 84 seats. The preliminary results are a blow to the left-wing FMLN and right-wing Arena parties, which have dominated Salvadorian politics for decades. Turnout in the election was at 50%. It is the first time New Ideas, which was only registered as a party in 2018, has contested a legislative election. If the preliminary results are confirmed and the coalition wins 2/3 of the seats, known as supermajority, President Nayib Bukele will be free to choose new judges for the Supreme Court and a new Attorney General without having to negotiate with rival lawmakers. And finally, on the international scene, kidnappers have released all the girls abducted from a boarding school in the northwestern Nigerian state of Zamfara on Friday, the state governor said, as President Muhammadu Buhari expressed overwhelming joy over the news. Bello Matawalle said on Tuesday the students were safe with authorities and that no ransom had been paid for their release. The governor said the students were being taken to a health facility for medical examination. On Friday, police said 317 girls were abducted in the raid by more than 100 gunmen on the government girls' secondary school in remote Janjibi village. Heavily armed criminal gangs in northwestern and central Nigeria have stepped up attacks in recent years, kidnapping for ransom, raping, and pillaging. The gangs are largely driven by financial motives and have no known ideological leanings, but there are concerns that they are being infiltrated by rebel groups. Kidnapping for ransom in Africa's most populous country is already a widespread national problem, with businessmen, officials, and citizens snatched from the streets by criminals looking for ransom money. At least $11 million was paid to kidnappers between January 2016 and March 2020, according to SB Morgan, a Lagos-based geopolitical research consultancy. And that is all for your regional news. Thank you for joining. Back to you, Wendell.